Cruise by Mandy here in the port of Fortaleza, Brazil. It is quite warm today. I think it's actually warmer than it was yesterday at the equator. Just wanted to give a quick tidbit here. Sometimes you're looking at cruise ship shore excursions and you look at their prices and you're like, I really don't want to pay that. It's higher than I can get it booking by myself. And when you're a family of 4, it really adds up and you're just like, not going to do that, way out of budget. It is currently here 7:30. All aboard was 6:30, an hour ago. And if you look down here, let's see if I can take this over here. You may see 3 buses, 4 buses, there's a bus. There's another bus coming right there, bus number 6. But what I wanted to point out is that when you're on a ship shore excursion, the ship will wait for you. Blinky blinky. So the ship will wait for you if you are on, there we go, a ship shore excursion. Whereas if you're an independent excursion, you are out of luck. And being out of luck would not be a good thing in a foreign country. And in this case, we had to render our passports and our Brazilian visas to the cruise ship for the port authorities here. As I understand it, we do have, I think, 4 Brazilian government officials who are on board with us for the next 2 ports going through Brazil. So all 3 ports, we will have Brazilian officials on board, 4 of them, to go through all of the paperwork that was submitted. But with all aboard at 6:30, we were supposed to push away at 7. We did arrive late. And here comes another bus. Yes. It's just another reminder to ourselves to consider booking through the ship. I always encourage it when it's a tender port, such as Belize or Grand Cayman, Mykonos, Greece, those places with the tender, absolutely. Consider using the ship shore excursions. Being in Brazil, my first time, I don't know this area. And there was no way I was just going to wing it on my own like I would in St. Thomas or Puerto Rico or places that I've been multiple times. So this was just a great lesson and a sigh of relief. Also, we did arrive late because we had left Trinidad late, and we also encountered some swift currents. So we did arrive late. We sat and waited. I think we didn't do our shore excursion until over 2 hours late. Had I booked independently, another bus. All of these are ship excursion people. But had I booked independently, I would have had to be notifying the vendor, hello, our ship's running late. I don't know when we're going to get there. Don't know when we're going to clear customs. And it would have been a pain in the rear. And sometimes you just don't want that pain in the rear. So today I'm very grateful that I did not do that to try to save a few bucks. Fortaleza was actually one I was going to cancel last month in January when there were reports in the news media of violence, and there was no way that I was like, this is really worrying me. And it's not often that I cancel, and say I'm going to stay on board. I've seen the black smoke from the riots in Istanbul while on a cruise. I've been to another port in Turkey as well that is no longer a port. I've been to Margarita Island, Venezuela, that is no longer a port. So I am pretty safety conscious, but this was just another one that kind of opened my eyes a little bit again today. So I am grateful that I did spend a little bit more money. If you are considering a shore excursion through the ship, kind of think of a situation like this, because we've watched hundreds of passengers come in, and that would have been like not good. And even the ones I ran into the library in the elevator, I ran inside and talked to them, because I talk to anybody, and I'm like, are you ready? Are you glad to be back on board? And they're like, yes. So they had been out, after dark, and it was an area that, they really didn't get to see as much because it was running late, but they at least were through the ship and they didn't have to stress out about the ship leaving them in any way. So is that still it? I'm trying to look down here. I believe that was it. We've been watching the staff captain down there. He's been helping everybody come back. Let's see, take a glance down here. This is an industrial port area. Let me see. This side of my camera is better than the other one from the washing machine incident. Ooh, gangway's pulled, huh? They pulled gangway?
The lines on the other side.
Okay, they're working on the lines on the other side. So yes, this is completely an industrial port. We were roped off. We weren't even allowed to walk in the area. You had to take a bus to the terminal and a bus back from the terminal when you cleared security coming back. We watched a train pull out earlier. You see all the cargo. I think they only have 6 ships here this season. We're number 2. I think we're the biggest one. So lots of workers here in the port were taking pictures. So yeah, looks like we will be pulling lines and going soon, but that was just a quick glimpse of it. It sucks to pay extra money for a shore excursion. I'm the first one to admit that. I'm the thrifty person. I'm the Walmart person. I'm going to save every penny I can. But today, I'm thankful we did. So take my lesson, learn it that way. Next port will be, oh goodness, somewhere in Brazil. And then Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, which will be Petropolis for UNESCO World Heritage Site. So Cruise by Manny signing off.